France, there's been a bit of a shock result in the elections overnight. The left-wing alliance has defied the polls and beaten Marine Le Pen's hard-right National Rally.
But as his centrist Prime Minister resigns, although Macron has said, please stay on, what does a hung parliament mean for President Macron?
Well, joining us now is Alex Seal, a freelance journalist specialising in French and European politics, who better to talk to. Alex, there's a shock result, but also a bit of a messy result.
Yes, France is in a political deadlock at the moment because no party got a majority. The extreme right didn't get a majority, France Unbowed didn't get one, and Macron's party didn't get one. So it could take weeks or months to form a government. And Macron, he can choose who to name prime minister. So I think he has to work with a socialist or with a right-wing party in order to find a government. And a new prime minister. And he asked the French Prime Minister, Gabriel Attal, to stay on in order to, because there are 18 days before the Olympic Games. So it's quite unstable for France at the moment.
Yes, and it's interesting seeing these three big blocs in Parliament, the broad left, the centrists with Macron and the more radical right as well. Of course, there are the sort of establishment Conservative Party there as well, but very small in number. Might we see these blocs start to break apart? That big left bloc includes the more centre-left Socialist Party, as well as some communists and Mélenchon's group and everything else. Might we see that broad left group sort of break in two in order to find a coalition that can work together, perhaps with Macron's party, in order to find some sort of governing majority?
Well, Jean-Luc Mélenchon, the head of the France Unbowed, said that he would like Emmanuel Macron to fire his prime minister and name a left-wing prime minister. But I don't think Macron will name a left-wing prime minister, France Unbowed prime minister. I think he might name a right-wing or a socialist prime minister. We'll have to wait and see. But for the moment, he asked Gabriel Attal to stay on for the continuity after the elections and maybe after September, after the Olympic Games.
And Alex, why were the left out? Why were the left out rioting? They won.
There were some people who were celebrating at the Place de la République in Paris yesterday, and then they were rioting because the far right came third, and also, as you know, people who were wearing masks yesterday in France. Were fighting with the police and fire officers, so it was quite a messy scene last night.
Sorry, Alex, was this the far right or the far left that was doing the rioting, or a bit of both?
It was far left people who were rioting yesterday, because they still seemed unhappy. There is a hung parliament in France, and there's no really political solution. So there might either be a coalition or Emmanuel Macron will have to work with several parties in order to form a government. It'll take several months or weeks.
Well, thank you very much indeed, Alex. Great to speak to you. Alex Seal, freelance journalist specialising in French and European politics. Rioting, it's a bit of the national sport, isn't it?
Sore winners, really, aren't they?
It's very odd, isn't it? I guess if you're having a celebration, can easily go into a bit of rioting. Easily done? No.
Well, I just, yeah, it's the French mindset, though, isn't it? It's just sort of any excuse to, you know, have a fire in the middle of the street, overturn a car and smash some glass bottles. Why not? Yeah,
it seems like the threat or perceived threat of Marine Le Pen really brought that turnout against her. Yeah, so.